Hi everyone, Malibu Shunaby, and once again, well, I want to talk to all my viewers here on the movie Galleria about the perfect trilogy. You see, over the years we've seen so many story arcs for a franchise. Some that include the original cast, some they change over the time, you see. There's some good trilogies out there. Some went from good to great to Y for trilogies, and some started good, going back down to POS, but some bad up to good. But some are awesome, started as amazing. Then part 2 came out a little bit better. Then part 3. Freaking awesome. But I'm not talking about movies that had about like the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, which technically that franchise is the 6 films. That's actually, I consider all 6 a franchise. And I'm gonna go with it. One franchise is the Iron Man trilogy, which I thought they part 1 was awesome. Part 2, a little bit better told. Part 3 was good, but they wasted Sir Ben Kingsley's ability as the villain, because he was found out that he was just the minor villain in that franchise, and in part 3, and also there was the Cannibal Run trilogy. Part 1 was awesome. Part 2, a little bit worse than part 1. And part 3 was called Speed Zone, which, stay away from that movie. It was a complete waste of time. Also, I'm staying away from. I can consider the Star Wars prequels. They were POS. Star Wars, the original Star Trek films, awesome. And you see, because I'm saying about that the Star Wars franchise, because I'm considering putting it in 3 sections right now: prequels, original trilogy, new trilogy. And believe it or not, right now part 8's getting made. Another good trilogy, actually. I'm considering, before Mad Max Fury Road came out, starring Tom Hardy, the Mel Gibson Mad Max films were awesome. It's starting out how Mad Max became Mad Max, death of his wife, kid, and best friend. Then part 2, helping out the community and ending the villain in that film. In part 3, well, I'm not any spoilers. He helped out kids in that film, which technically you have to do once in a while. And the Star Wars, the original trilogy, the original Mad Max trilogy, they are influential to. They are pop culture icons. Also, there's the 4 Batman films before Christopher Nolan got his hands on that franchise. There was the 2 Tim Burton films. Were awesome. They were gothic, dark. Then Schumacher took over, cartoony as fuck. And why would those 2 films been made? You see, if Tim Burton was still directing all 4 films, it'll be gothic all the way through. But some people in those films were perfectly chosen, like Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, Danny DeVito as the Penguin. The Riddler was perfect with Jim Carrey, mind you. Schwarzenegger and Poison and Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze or Dr. Freeze, whatever what his name was, and two villain choices for villains were a joke. I got nothing against Tommy Lee Jones as but his choice for him as Two-Face was bad, and being played by the late Chief Swenson, who was a pro wrestler before going to acting, and also he was in No Holds Barred, which is going to be down the line. And also there's another trilogy done by WWE franchise. It's 12 rounds, which over the past 3 movies they had 3 different storylines, same scenario. You have to have, there's one guy, main character has a gun with only 12 rounds of ammunition left, and he has to use them sparingly to actually survive. John Cena was in the first one, Randy Orton in part 2, part 3, Dean Ambrose. And sometimes you have to stay away from, and there's some family trilogies out there, family oriented. Let's see, there was, to my knowledge, actually there's countless sequels for Cinderella and Little Mermaid. Even there was the Santa Claus franchise, 3 movies starring Tim Allen and Judge Reinhold. And also there was the Naked Gun, and another trilogy that's for a mature audience, that was an Eddie Murphy trilogy, Beverly Hills Cop 3, 1, 2, and 3, but later this year I heard there's going to be a part 4. And to all you people out there, sometimes you have to write some stuff out for getting a director to actually reboot a franchise, and then actually do those movies as how they see it. And like, for example, I'll see a reboot of Howard the Duck plus a couple of movies afterwards to make it that part of a franchise that, believe it or not, has the Marvel stamp of approval on it. Oh yeah, the first ever comic book movie, that's actually the first Marvel movie was, believe it or not, Howard the Duck. Then The Punisher, then yada yada yada. I meant theatrical release, but not the TV movies, mind you, because theatrical release movies are the money makers. But if you are watching a trailer on TV for a movie that's part of that movie, that Marvel movie theater trailer on TV while watching a Marvel comic book movie, it's kind of a nice minimum for being seen a part of that franchise. Seeing that commercial of a Marvel comic book movie or Detective Comics, and while watching another character, Marvel or Detective Comic character movie. And heck, there's also, and I heard that there was supposed to be a couple sequels to the 97 film Spawn, which didn't happen, and maybe down the line Spawn might get rebooted and we can get a couple sequels out of that. And heck, and right now for the Star Wars trilogy reboot, there's going to be a 3rd movie on that, and that means that's going to be up to 13 Star Trek films. And let's see, and also there was the original series, animated series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, and another one I don't know what channel it'll be on. I don't know if it's going to be on CBS or NBC or Netflix, but it's going to be there. So to all you people out there about trilogies and franchises, you know what? Continue, do your own stuff for it, and heck, maybe down the line we'll have some crossovers here and there, like I don't know, we might have the Legion of Doom from Detective Comics facing off against the Avengers, because I like to see what would happen if we put the villains from Detective Comics and merge them into the realm of Marvel Comics, and they face off against the superheroes. I can see that for a trilogy, but it won't happen. But it could happen. And heck, have the villains from Marvel Comics face off against the superheroes of Detective Comics, or we can merge both universes into one, so we can have everyone fighting everyone. We can have Superman against Red Skull, or Captain America versus Lex Luthor. Have Batman teaming up with Iron Man. Have Quicksilver versus the Flash in a foot race, and so forth and so forth. And this is Malibu Sean Bateman signing off.